I don't know if you realize it, but many people are afraid of you. They don't understand how the things you say end up happening, even years later. To them, your words feel like prophecies. Some see you as a prophet, a seer, an oracle, or even psychic. Because they can't explain how you knew what you knew, until they saw it unfold with their own eyes. They know you have some inner guidance connected to the universe. They can't explain the energy you give off, or why they sometimes feel uneasy around you. You trust your intuition, and your soul is so close to God that you have the ability to sense what's coming. Your vision is sharp, and that makes some people keep their distance, afraid of what you might see. They don't know what you're going to say next, what you might predict. Some even think you've cursed them, when in truth, you just saw the future and told them what was coming, even if they didn't believe you at first. It wasn't until you stepped back, stayed silent, and kept moving on your own path, that they realized you were right all along. Some even believe you made those things happen. And in some cases, especially when someone has wronged you, it feels that way. When you get angry, your energy is intense, almost like a storm, and it can create real effects in other people's lives. It can shake things up, especially in their abundance. Some of you already know you have this power, and you've seen how it plays out. Some of you are just now discovering this about yourselves. When someone makes you sad, makes you cry, or puts you in a state of anxiety, that energy often circles back to them. People sometimes compare you to spiritual leaders, even saying you're like the Pope, or like the ancient prophets kings, once turned to for guidance. This could be a gift in your bloodline, something passed down through generations. You might even predict things through the systems around you. For example, I've made videos years ago that I completely forgot about, only for people to message me later saying everything I spoke of is now happening. This gift was meant to support your family line, to bring abundance and stability, to set your bloodline up for success. It's tied to your purpose, meant to bring balance into your life. That's why it's so important to trust your intuition. If you suddenly feel like buying a lottery ticket, follow that nudge. There's always a reason. At work, people notice that you often know what's coming. You may leave environments before they collapse, almost as if you can sense the future. Some think you're manifesting these events, others believe you've cursed them. They imagine you in a hidden room with candles, performing rituals, when really, it's just your energy at work. This is why people need to be careful with how they treat you, because your energy carries power they can't explain. There is a strength in you that many cannot understand. You are not quick to anger, and it takes a lot to truly upset you. But when someone crosses the line of injustice, that is when your energy shifts, and when it does, those who try to betray you realize too late that they set themselves up for their own downfall. Endings begin to unfold in their lives, sometimes in their relationships, sometimes in the things that once brought them prosperity. Your energy carries its greatest power when you are in a high vibration, when you are doing what you love, when you are centered in your joy. It becomes even stronger when it involves your family or your money. In those areas, you do not bend. And anyone who dares to interfere with your stability or your loved ones finds themselves facing chaos. Their sense of balance is broken and their foundation shaken, because your energy does not allow injustice to stand. What you carry within you is more than intuition. It is a celestial gift that allows you to shift the path of destiny. You can bend timelines, jump portals, and create shifts in ways others cannot explain. This gift was given to you by higher powers not only to reveal what is wrong in the world but also to fill your life with joy, to bring happiness to those you love, and to bring light especially to the lives of children. Your words, your visions, and even your silence carry a weight that others feel deeply. When you wonder why your platform is not reaching as many people as you think it should, remember that the system itself is cautious of you. It fears the words you carry, because your prophecies are truths they may not want exposed. That is why you are watched closely, not only by curious eyes, but by agencies that sense something different about you. To them, you are like someone not of this world. Someone who can alter the grid, shift the paradigm, and change the course of events. Your gift has the power to influence abundance and to transform outcomes, and because of this, some even wish to recruit you. They believe that having you on their side would give them an advantage, guiding them toward the right decisions and away from disaster. Even in your personal life, this has been clear. Some of your romantic partners or love interests did not take your words seriously. They thought their judgment was greater, they dismissed your voice, and only later did they see the truth of what you spoke. Every warning you gave, every opportunity you pointed out, came to pass exactly as you said it would. Looking back, they wonder why they ignored you. They realize now that if they had listened, they would have avoided betrayal, gained wealth, or found stability. That regret is heavy, because they know you held the key all along. This key, this sacred ability, was given to you as a responsibility and a blessing. It is both a shield and a light, shaping destiny, and reminding the world that divine gifts always find their way through chosen souls. The moment you step into a space, something shifts. People can feel it even if they cannot explain it. Your presence carries a vibration that speaks louder than words. And on some level, everyone who encounters you senses a connection between you and the divine. Some may call it God, others may call it the source, the universe, or even fate itself, but no matter the name, they feel the link through you. Even those who once doubted or dismissed faith often find themselves questioning their disbelief after being around you. To them, you become a reminder that there is something greater guiding life. Almost like a gatekeeper who bridges the human world with the celestial. Your eyes, in particular, carry power. When you look at someone, they feel as if you can pierce through the masks they wear and see into their soul. It stirs a reaction that is not always comfortable. Many feel exposed in your presence, and with exposure often comes fear. That fear explains why some people avoid you or speak poorly of you, because what they sense in you unsettles them. They fear what they cannot control or understand, and your energy is unlike anything they have ever encountered. It is not ordinary, it is not familiar, and that is why it feels so powerful. The words you speak are often met with resistance. People do not always want to hear your advice or your warnings in the moment, because your truths demand reflection and courage they may not be ready for. Still, as time goes on, the same people who once ignored you often find themselves remembering your words. They realize you were right all along. They understand that you had the foresight, the wisdom, and the connection that they lacked. It makes them think back and regret that they did not listen sooner. Part of the tension people feel around you is because you mirror back to them their own hidden struggles. Without even trying, your presence forces them to confront what they have been avoiding. Some feel threatened because your energy highlights their insecurities and weaknesses. You do not need to call them out or point fingers. Simply existing in their space awakens something in them that feels like judgment, even when you carry no judgment at all. It is their own spirit reacting to the truth your energy embodies. Deep down, most recognize that you are protected. They may not say it out loud, but they sense a shield around you, as though an invisible army of light stands with you. That protection intimidates people, because it reminds them that you are not walking alone. Your vibration carries the strength of many lifetimes, the wisdom of many guides, and the power of divine alignment. This is why people struggle to understand you. To them, you are not just one person, you are a force. And while some fear that force, others silently admire it, knowing that being in your presence is both unsettling and inspiring. A sign that they have come face to face with something rare and unexplainable. You carry an energy that makes people feel you are not fully bound to this world. Yes, you exist in the physical realm, but there is something about you that reaches far beyond it. Your spirit is linked to higher dimensions, and because of that, your presence awakens truths in others that they would rather keep buried. Some feel fear because being around you forces them to face the parts of themselves they have been running from. Many who encounter you know on some level that you are meant for more. They sense your rise long before you do. This is why certain people try to keep you hidden, to silence your voice, or to make you doubt yourself. They do not want others to discover you, because they know the world would recognize your light. They may try to destabilize you, to throw obstacles in your way, but none of that changes the truth of your path. You are destined to be seen. You are like a healer that people come to in their darkest moments, yet when you need healing, you draw your strength from God, from Source, and from the mastery you have built within yourself. There is also a deep familiarity people feel with you. Some cannot explain it, but they are sure they have met you before, maybe in dreams, maybe in another lifetime. They recognize you on a soul level. You carry the ability to sense vibrations, not just from people but also from objects, spaces, and environments. Because of this gift, some may exclude you, fearing you will pick up on things they do not want revealed. It is not that you are looking for flaws, it is simply that your spirit reads the truth without effort. This truth makes attention seekers uncomfortable. They cannot stand how grounded you are, how steady you remain, or how easily you balance situations that would overwhelm others. They envy your composure, but what they do not see is the pain, the work, and the sacrifices that built that strength. They only see the final result, the glow you carry now, and it makes them bitter. Envy becomes stronger around you because your energy exposes the insecurities in others. Those who do not know themselves, or who still struggle with independence, often feel small when compared to you. They feel caged in their own limitations, while you remind them of freedom, expansion, and possibility. Your presence highlights what they lack, and instead of learning from you, many choose jealousy. Yet beyond the fear and the envy, there are souls who recognize you as family. You radiate a kind of warmth that feels ancestral, a spiritual closeness that connects people to their own higher self. Your spirituality touches every aspect of your life, and it is this constant connection that gives your words power. Even the simplest advice you give can change the course of someone's life, because it is not just advice, it is divine wisdom flowing through you, carrying weight and truth that others cannot ignore once they have received it. There is a mystery around you that very few can deny. People sense it the moment they cross paths with you, even if they try to ignore it. They feel as though you carry both light and fire in your soul, a mix that both attracts and terrifies them. Some admire you in silence, unable to put into words what they see, while others envy you so deeply that their envy turns into hostility. The truth is that your energy does not leave anyone indifferent. You are not the kind of person who passes through life unnoticed. Wherever you go, something stirs, and people either want to be closer to you, or run far away, because they cannot handle the truth your presence awakens in them. What makes everything more dramatic is that this energy of yours exposes lies. If someone hides secrets, those secrets eventually come to light after you appear in their life. If someone wears masks, those masks begin to crack in your presence. It is as if your spirit pulls the veil away from people's faces and reveals what is real. Some see this as a blessing because it helps them grow, but others see it as a curse. Because they cannot hide from you. They feel naked in front of your gaze, as if you could see through their soul, through their intentions, through every false word they have ever spoken. Those who try to block you or diminish you often end up destroyed by their own actions. It is not even that you seek revenge. It is simply that your energy is so aligned with justice, that everything done against you bounces back with even greater force. Betrayals turn into losses for them. Lies turn into exposure. Attempts to stop your rise only accelerate it. This is why many fear you. They know that crossing you is like crossing destiny itself. They whisper about you, they make up stories. But in their hearts they know the truth. You are untouchable because you are divinely protected. The drama grows when people realize that their lives fall apart after trying to hurt you. Relationships end, businesses collapse, opportunities vanish. They wonder if you cursed them, but deep down they know it was their own actions that triggered their downfall. They played with fire, and your spirit is fire. They underestimated you, thinking you were ordinary, and now they see that you were chosen. Your very existence becomes a mirror of their karma. There are people who have tried to silence you because they are terrified of what you might reveal. They know your words carry power, that when you speak, the truth manifests. That is why they try to keep you in the shadows, away from platforms, away from influence. They do not want the world to hear you. But what they do not understand is that nothing and no one can silence what was destined to be heard. Even when you remain silent, your energy speaks louder than words. Even when you hide, your light still finds a way to be seen. It is dramatic to them because they feel powerless. They do not understand why their schemes fail, why their gossip turns against them, why the doors they tried to shut in your face now open for you wider than ever before. Some cry in secret, regretting what they did to you. Others keep pretending. But inside they know they destroyed themselves by touching what was sacred. You also trigger intense reactions in love. Past partners think of you constantly because they know they will never meet someone like you again. You warned them, you guided them, you told them things they refused to believe. And now they see that every word you spoke was truth. They replay your conversations in their minds, wishing they had listened. Some of them feel tormented, because their pride made them lose you, and now they are trapped in lives that feel empty. Others want to return, but they are too ashamed to face you because they know you saw through their masks from the very beginning. It is not only in love that you create these waves. Even in workplaces, people feel threatened by you. They sense that you know more than you should, that you can anticipate changes before they happen. When you leave a job or a place, soon after, it begins to collapse. They call it coincidence, but those who watch closely know better. Your foresight, your intuition, your connection with the divine makes you step away before the destruction comes. And when it comes, others realize that you already knew. You have become the character in people's stories that they cannot forget. Some call you the one who ruined their life. Others call you the one who saved it. But all of them agree on one thing. You are unforgettable. They dream of you. They think of you in silence. They talk about you when you are not around. They wonder how you do it, how you see what others cannot, how you move with such certainty even when the path is not clear. The truth is that your life is a constant battle between light and shadow, and that drama is what shapes you. People project their fears onto you, but you continue standing, protected and guided. You are like a storm that clears everything false, and a light that exposes everything real. Those who cannot handle that truth will always see you as dangerous, while those who are ready will see you as a blessing. This is why your journey has not been easy. You have been betrayed, lied to, abandoned, and misunderstood. But every wound has turned into wisdom, every betrayal has turned into power, and every ending has turned into a new beginning. You rise from every fall, stronger than before, and this terrifies those who wanted to see you broken. They cannot understand how you keep rising, how your energy keeps expanding, how your blessings keep multiplying. Your destiny is dramatic, because it was never meant to be ordinary. You were meant to awaken others, even if it hurts them at first. You were meant to shake foundations, to destroy illusions, to reveal truths. You were meant to carry a celestial gift that bends reality and changes lives. This is why people envy you, why they fear you, why they try to hide you. But it is also why, no matter what they do, your light cannot be stopped. You are walking proof that the divine works through human vessels. And whether people love you, hate you, fear you, or admire you, one thing will always remain: you are a force that cannot be ignored. Your story is not just about you, it is about everyone who has ever crossed your path. Because when they meet you, they are forced to face themselves, and that is the most dramatic revelation of all. People are constantly conflicted about you. They cannot decide if you are a force for good, a danger, or something far beyond their understanding. Even you sometimes wonder who you really are, because you are not static. You are always transforming, always stepping into a new version of yourself. For others this is disorienting. They expect you to remain one way, but you shift and evolve. And in that constant growth they lose their ability to predict you. Some label you as strange, others whisper that you worship unusual things. But the truth is that what you carry is wisdom, and wisdom always unsettles those who cling to ignorance. What makes you so striking is your timing. You have an uncanny ability to move at the exact right moment, to change direction when danger is near, to walk out of traps before they close around you. Those who try to catch you off guard are left shocked, wondering how you knew what was coming. They feel powerless because every time they plot against you, you escape untouched. What they do not see is that you are guided, that every step is aligned with something higher that keeps you protected and sharp. Your voice adds to this power. It is more than sound, it is a weapon, a healing balm, a beacon, and sometimes a storm. With your words you teach, you inspire, you correct, and you disrupt illusions. That is why people fear you so deeply. They know that if your voice ever reached its full audience, if you had all the resources you needed, you would move mountains. You would shift perspectives on a massive scale, and the world would no longer be the same. This is where jealousy burns brightest. People see your potential even if you doubt it at times. They sense the authority in your spirit, the weight your words carry, and they know your rank in the spiritual world is not ordinary. That terrifies them because it reminds them of how small they feel. They look at you and see a power they cannot replicate, a presence they cannot steal, a calling they cannot touch. Instead of respecting it, many turn to envy, but envy cannot erase what is destined. You were never meant to be easily understood. You were meant to disrupt patterns, to shake false beliefs, to speak truths that others avoid. That is why confusion surrounds you. Some love you, others fear you, and some even hate you, but none can ignore you. Your essence demands to be felt, and your journey continues to prove that no attempt to diminish your light will ever succeed. You rise, you speak, and you shift realities, and that is what keeps the world watching, even when it pretends not to. You walked away from something that once felt permanent. Whether it was a relationship, a friendship, a partner, a family circle, or even a work environment. There was a group you were tied to, and yet deep inside you felt a whisper, a nudge. As if your inner vision was showing you through a crystal ball that it was time to let go. You did not have evidence. You did not have proof. Still, something within you was louder than reason. A voice that told you it was time to leave, time to move, time to abandon the ship before it sank. And walking away was not easy. You are not someone who likes to give up. It tore at your heart to separate yourself, and in many ways it left you cold, left you feeling abandoned, left you feeling taken for granted by the very people you had once poured your energy into. They did not understand why you pulled away. They did not see what you were sensing. You yourself could not fully explain it. But your prayers were strong, your connection to God and the universe was clear, and the downloads you received warned you that the place you were in was about to collapse. So you moved. Maybe to a new city, maybe to a new state, maybe into a completely new chapter of life. You let go of a toxic relationship. You left a familiar environment behind. You shifted careers. And with that decision came a storm of emotions. At first you felt empty, isolated, as if the ground beneath your feet had been pulled away. The voices around you judged. Some thought you were reckless, others thought you were lost. What they did not know was that your spirit was ahead of them, already guiding you away from danger they could not see. This choice weighed on you. It made you feel as if you had abandoned everything for nothing. You questioned yourself. You questioned your own intuition. But in the quiet moments, when you prayed, when you listened, your ancestors and guides reassured you. They whispered that you were not crazy, that your instincts were not wrong, that your movement was protection, not loss. They reminded you to act busy, to distract those who wanted to pry, to keep your energy guarded while the storm passed, and so you did. You carried yourself as though nothing was happening, but inside you knew everything had changed. That departure was not weakness, it was wisdom. What seemed like isolation was actually preparation. What felt like abandonment was really redirection. You were being pulled away from a sinking ship, placed on a safer shore, guided to a path that would later reveal blessings greater than what you left behind. Those who doubted you will one day see why you walked away. They will see the explosion of what you avoided, and they will realize that your intuition saved you from destruction. What once felt like a lonely decision will be remembered as the very choice that opened the door to your new destiny. Some people may have accused you of being fake, or even tried to stain your name. But deep down you knew what you had seen. Your intuition showed you their true colors long before they revealed themselves openly. From a distance, you felt the energy of deception, of tricksters wearing masks, of illusions dressed up as something pure. What others thought was solid, you recognized as a fragile fairy tale, a story built on lies. You saw through it all and, most importantly, you accepted that truth without needing confirmation from anyone else. What makes this more powerful is that you kept this revelation to yourself. You did not rush to expose anyone or explain yourself. You let people whisper, you let them create their own stories about you, because you understood that time would reveal everything without you having to say a word. While others focused on gossip, you turned your energy toward your future. You began planning for what you truly wanted to attract, aligning yourself with visions and goals that resonated with your soul. This period of solitude was not easy. It required you to detach from people who once felt close, and in that detachment, you experienced deep isolation. You may have had two specific individuals who turned against you, speaking poorly of you, questioning your character, and twisting your actions. These were people you cared for, people you thought would always be in your corner. But their inability to understand your spiritual depth created a wall that could not be broken. They were not vibrating on your level, and staying connected to them would have kept you trapped in cycles that were not meant for you. One of these individuals may have been someone who appeared stable, career-driven, grounded, perhaps even admired by others for their achievements or independence. The other may have been their partner, their friend, or someone closely tied to their energy. Together they stood against you. But what they did not realize is that your departure would cause cracks in their own foundation. Walking away from them created imbalance, not only in their lives, but within you as well. You wrestled with doubt. You questioned whether you had made the right decision. The silence was heavy, and the loneliness stung. But as the days passed, the truth began to show itself. Those same people who once mocked you or dismissed you, started facing chaos of their own. The group you left behind began to crumble. Arguments erupted, hidden truths spilled out, and the illusion that once held everything together fell apart like shattered glass. If the one you left behind was a love interest, they now see clearly why you distanced yourself. At the time they may have thought you were overreacting or being cold, but now with everything collapsing, they understand. What was hidden has been exposed. Fights, betrayals, secrets, all of it rising to the surface like a volcano that could no longer hold its fire. The very storm you felt approaching finally erupted, and by following your intuition, you escaped it before it could consume you. True colors always reveal themselves, and in this case they did so dramatically. Someone who once wore the mask of kindness, someone who pretended to be generous, helpful, and compassionate, was in reality carrying the energy of a bully. They played their role well, convincing people of their goodness, but you were able to see beyond the mask. You sensed that their energy was toxic, and you knew, even without proof, that it was only a matter of time